Hello, I'm Eleanor Stutz, CEO of Smooth Sale, and this is part 2 of the Sales Crash Course. In the previous clip, we were speaking about initial getting acquainted more from an entrepreneurial standpoint. And I'd like to add a note. If you're a professional salesperson and you're in on your first appointment, the very most important question to ask and get out in the open immediately when you start the serious portion of your conversation is to ask, I am so happy to be here today to meet you and find out more about your business. Can you please tell me what caught your interest to spend time with me today? This is how you put it on a serious dialogue, none of the BS that, oh, I was just curious. It gets to the heart of the matter as to why you are there and how you might find synergy to work together. Okay, fast forward to part 2. You set the appointment at a designated time, and whether it's on Skype or on the premises, you're in on that second meeting. You had your questions answered, you had research to do, and you're well prepared now to have a heart-to-heart dialogue. Never forget that personal touch. Thank the person for meeting with you once again, and that you're looking forward to having a serious dialogue. That puts the right tone on the new conversation. And ask the person what has changed since you last spoke. Even if it was yesterday, sometimes things come up that are unexpected and you need to get those changes out in the open. Next, you want to find out why they were willing to see you again. Something must be on their mind. So find out what their long-term vision is, what their current goals are. You may have gotten into that a little bit. Let them know about the research you did and your findings. And then ask what their next steps are for building their business. If you're with a corporate prospective client, ask what that person's goals are for the department. If it's the CEO, which is best, you always want to talk with the top level person if at all possible. But here's a footnote. If you are, whether you're an entrepreneur or a professional salesperson, dealing with a large corporation, treat everyone, the doorman, the receptionist, the guard, as if they're the CEO of their job. Most often they report back to the real CEO, and so you have to treat everyone as equals. I cannot stress enough how important this is. Frequently it was the secretary or the armed guard that got me the sale because they said I was the only one who treated them with respect. They give their feedback. It's crucial. No totem poles. So moving forward in the conversation, let them know that you read up on their industry, what pressing issues are. Ask if they're facing the same. Let them know you looked up their 3 top competitors and what their clientele is saying about them and what some issues for them might be. And ask again, are they facing the same? Let them take the dialogue over. You should actually speak about 40% of the time. Lead with questions. Get everything out in the open. You need to hear all their problems and the implied problems, and if any of those are affecting the morale of their employees. And if it's affecting the employees, do they have a revolving door syndrome going on, where they're spending a lot of money on rehiring people only to be for the short term? That's a huge issue. Then find out what other problems might be within their company. And as you start thinking about ideas of how you may assist, don't tell them about your ideas. Ask, has this ever occurred to you for a solution? No? Why not? What has been your experience? How are you perceiving it? Well, what if you proceed from this direction? Would that be better? Have you thought about including this other idea to enhance it? Your job is to get the broadest perspective possible and then nail down potential solutions and a variety of solutions, and then have them prioritize where their thinking is and what might work best for them. Remember, you are working to the benefit of your client, not to your own benefit. In the end, it will benefit you, but first and foremost, it's about your client. And again, if you're in a big company, find out who else will be in on the decision-making process, and ask for a third meeting to have everybody in the same room. The reason for this is everybody interprets differently, everyone has different perspectives. So if you're in a very large company, you need that extra meeting to get everybody's opinion and be on the same page. Once again, set a date for return to meet everyone. Ask if there are any questions and anything else they would like to see from you before you get started. If you're an entrepreneur and you're selling to another entrepreneur, you don't need that third meeting most likely, unless there was something left out that you realize you need to research a little bit in order to enhance your service. Ask them what they need to see. They may say, yes, I need your coaching, I need your mentoring, I need your team training, I need you to write an article for me, whatever it may be. It's usually a more low-key conversation the second time around with another entrepreneur, and you quickly find ways to collaborate, and you may wish to bring other people in on the meeting as well. You never know how that's going to go. So let's say in both cases you need a third meeting. Before you leave, establish the date one more time, do your checklist of what is going to be required and the research you need to do. Make it known that should anything else pop up, you're available for questions, and you hope the same is true for you, that you're going to follow up with questions as they arise as you do your research. Thank them for their time, exit politely, and then as you get back to your office, write a handwritten thank you note that you appreciate their time and what you're going to be working on, and send a thank you email too, because that's a lot quicker and they know you're on top of things. That's part 2. See me in the next video for part 3. Thank you.